What's up, guys? Hurricane Ian is rolling through. Hope everybody down south is doing fine, safe, recovering. But for us, we got nothing major. A little bit of rain, but that gives me the perfect opportunity to get stuff done in the garage. I think we all know it is time to put a chain tensioner in this thing. This chain is extremely loose, so when this go-kart's chooching, this chain's just slapping all around. Not good. And I can't take a link out because if I take a link out, the chain is too short and I'm not going to be able to connect it. So we're just going to have to find a way to take up that slack. In order to take up the slack in the chain, I have this idler sprocket here and I just ran a shoulder bolt through it. I'm going to take a piece of flat stock and attach it right like so. And then I'm going to take a bolt, run it in here, so this piece of flat stock will be able to pivot on this point. I'm going to attach a spring to this, so that way it's constantly putting tension on that chain. I think I got all the parts I'm going to need laid out right here. The first thing I'm going to do is start building the arm that's going to hold this idler pulley. Got the arms made, got the holes drilled, and it's just going to rotate on that bolt there. Now I have a bushing that's going to get put down in there, and then for the upper I got this piece and it's just going to act as a spacer. That way this sprocket here is not rubbing against the arms, that there's a little distance in between there. Bushing's cut down and these little two spacers are made. I want to clean up that bushing and these spacers, and I'm going to weld them onto the arms and make this one nice piece. Got the tensioner pretty much complete. I did weld this little rod on and I cut a groove in it, and that's just going to help hold this spring and keep it centered, because I do plan on feeding the spring through the tensioner, so it's going to sit on the cart just like this. Now I just need to figure out where I'm going to mount this thing. If I mount it too far back, as it bounces, it's going to hit that tire, and that's just not good. So I'm thinking I'll mount it somewhere in here. That way, even if it bounces the whole way down, it's not going to hit that tire. And then as it rotates, it'll be able to rotate up like so. The spring will come across here. So now I just need to create a tube that comes off of this frame and two brackets to help hold this whole thing on. Grab this tube out of the scrap bin. I'm going to cut it and notch it and then get it tacked onto the frame. Pull the chain real quick, just get it out of the way. Then I'm going to weld the top of this tube, and then I'm going to start welding this tube, and then we'll get those brackets tacked in. Good start. You can see how this is going to work, but I definitely underestimated how strong of a spring I was going to need. This one is just way too weak. You can see even if I pull it way out here, I start playing with the chain, it's already starting to give, so that's just not going to work. But what I plan on doing is using this lifting eye and putting a bracket here, and then I'll have these two adjustment nuts, and I can pull that spring and change the tension on it. But I am going to have to go to the store, get a stronger spring, and then I'll mess with this adjustment later. I don't want to mess with the adjustment with this spring because this isn't the one we're going to be using. It's late, so all the stores are closed, but I'm going to run out and grab that spring in the morning. And unfortunately, that is all I have time for this week. But go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want to see this build keep progressing, and I will see you on the next one.